All I want for Christmas is 2 fat chicks and a bag of chips to feed the fat chicks.
Hey, no, I don't think nobody in here right now. All right, we gonna break in. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom.
Moment I've been waiting for. Ah, 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 ah. You done messed up now, whoever you are. What's going on, guys? Let's get a little bit more serious now. My name's Robert, and I'm going to talk to you about my home defense setup. So, the reason we're making this video is I think it may help some people in their quest to see how they may set up their house or their home, apartment, whatever it may be. Couple things to keep in mind. One, I'm moving in a couple days, so by the time this video is uploaded, I won't even be in this apartment, which is why I'm comfortable sharing this with you. Two, I'm a bachelor. I live alone. I don't have any kids. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have anything. So that means that I get to set up my home defense how I want to, how it benefits me. I don't really have to worry about me putting this over here, safety concerns, with anything like that, right? So keep that in mind. Everything is different. The layout of different houses, apartments, condos are all different. Your needs are going to be different, I keep a gun right by my bed, which we'll get into, but if you have children or something like that, you may not be able to have that, right? So how my home defense setup is set up. Okay, so this is my bed, obviously. This is my bedside right here, all right? So always have a plan when you start off. Know where your windows, exits, entry points, places where, entry may occur. Right, I have 2 windows in my room. You can't see them, but I have one right here, and then out there, obviously in my living room, kitchen, I have more. And then right behind the camera is the bathroom, and we'll get into that later. So this is how my bed is set up right here. I have my everyday carry pistol, my CZP-10C. This pistol stays in this configuration. There's no magazine in here. Weapon is clear. Like I said, there's no magazine. So this pistol, literally, it's either right here or it's on my counter. That's pretty much where it is. It follows me wherever I go. And it's only right here if I'm taking a nap or if I'm going to bed. Other than that, it's usually on the counter right next to my keys and everything else. Okay. It stays in the holster because this pistol always has one in the chamber. When I'm not using it, it stays in the holster, right? I'm not the type of person to have a one in the chamber and then just have my pistol sitting out like that. I just like the trigger to be covered. So it's always in the holster. It's always in this holster. So that stays right by the bed. Next thing we have, a light by my bed. I've had this light for, I don't know, like 3 years. Got it from Big 5. But I keep this by my bed because I don't have a pistol light. So accurately using that, it does have the glow on it. So if you turn it on and then turn it off, it'll glow with the ambient light or whatever the case is. It doesn't glow for so long. So keep that in mind. So that's there. And then lastly, what I keep by my bed is my phone. So my phone's on the charger. My phone is always face up, okay? And there's a reason for that. My phone is always face up on the charger and on. And reason being is because if something happens and I have to grab my firearm, it's an iPhone, I know that I can just say, blank Siri, call, emergency services, and then she'll be able to do that. So that's just my voice. I just have to say it, she'll do it, and they're coming. So that's one less thing that I have to worry about. I can grab this, say, hey, call, and she'll call, and I'm up and I'm at it. So that's how we set it. You really can't see right here, but this is the doorway. You can kind of see like the frame of it. This is the door to outside of my room, okay? So any kind of threat or anything like that, I prepare for it coming from this direction. I don't really prepare too much for people to, come through these 2 windows. There's a bush outside this window, even though this window, it does go to the parking lot. This window kind of is like a walkway, and then like my front door is along this wall. So I don't really expect too many people to come through here. This window's a little higher, this one's lower, but I just don't expect that. So if they're going to come, I assume they're going to come through the front door, so they're going to come from this way. So my defenses are all set up to come from this way, okay? So that's my bedside. Now let's get into like everything else. All right, so let's say something happened, big boom, I grab my firearm, I say, hey Siri, call emergency services. All I did was flip the camera around. So this is the other side of the view. So I moved back to my bathroom, which is in here. Now, reason being is because there's no windows in my bathroom, okay? If the threat is coming from over here, sorry, safety, it's the instructor in me. But if the threat is coming from over here, right, and this is where my door is at, I want to move away from the threat, right? I don't want to just start charging towards it, right? Safety first. So I'm going to move back into my bathroom over here. When I'm in my bathroom, I have this sliver. There's an angle right here, and I'll show you the angle in a second. But there's an angle right here where I can kind of get up, yoke up, offhand, left-handed, and kind of get on the corner like this, where I have most of my body. I know from this angle, it looks like I'm kind of sticking out, but trust me, most of my body is inside. I have it slided right here, and I can start firing off shots, and I have a deep angle. It's a very deep angle, but I have a deep angle to the front door, okay? And if people start moving inside, they're just moving inside of my side of fire, right? I don't want to, be kind of yoked up here because then it kind of defeats the purpose. My whole body's in the doorway right now. I want to get inside and cover as much as I can and shoot like this, okay? Like I said, I've already said, hey Siri, she's already calling. I don't even have to say anything. Shots are being fired. They could trace my location, all that type of stuff, okay? I'm back in here. If it starts getting really hot, I can still back up further into here. The tub is on this side, and obviously there's a wall. So I can jump over into here if I really feel like I needed to, right? Now, I am kind of barricaded in this position, but the only other option is, jumping out of a window or something like that, which I'm not about to do, and jumping out here, which is more likely where the threat's going to come into. So I'm not going to come out into there. So this is how I set up mine. Again, that's how it's set up. Now let me show you the deep angle that I'm shooting from.
So you can see here that I'm on the door just as how I was before. You can look in the mirror and see that I'm on the door using offhand, left-handed shooting. And this gives me a straight angle to the door. So anyone, firing shots back would have to hit at this angle, which is very steep.
So now we're looking at my front door, right? Again, camera's just flipped around. So if you're at my front door, that's the angle that you have to shoot at. And honestly, right here, you can't even see it. You have to go right here in order to see me, like what you guys just saw, that little sliver of me. You'd have to stand right here to even see that. So if you come up, you pretty much gonna know I'm over here. You come in the door, you start looking around. You probably heard me run over to that fallback position, which is my bathroom. So you're probably already kind of like over here with it, or whatever the case may be. But that's where I'm at. That's that little sliver that you have of me. Keep in mind, rounds will go through that wall, okay? Like that is concealment, that is not cover. Okay, so rounds will definitely be chewing through that, you know what I'm saying? But it gives me a little bit of concealment, and I can always drop to a knee when I'm in that position. I'll have my flashlight up right here, so, they're definitely gonna know where I'm at that point. Flashlight is going through. But also, if the door is wide open, they come in and the door's still open, like they didn't close the door at all the light from outside will be showing in anyway, right? So I'll actually be able to see them a lot better than they'll be able to see me if I don't use a flashlight, because all the light from outside, there's lights and stuff out here, that's all I'm going to be shining inside. So, again, set up yours, how you do it. Figure out what's best for you, right? This isn't expert advice. I'm not saying I have the best plan. This is the plan that I've worked out, the plan that I've ran with, right? In this particular apartment, I'm moving to another apartment, so I have to come up with a new plan. But if you want to, reach out to me. I do, home defense setups, things to think about, alarm systems, ways to kind of just, put tidbits in your mind on things you want to think about when you're setting up your home defense system, and things that you can put into place, even if you're working with children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Having medical, having fire extinguishers, knowing where all of that type of stuff is, knowing where the police station is, emergency services, all that type of stuff you want to have into it. There's a lot more that goes into it. I'm just showing y'all the gun aspect of it and, how I set up fighting position or whatever the case is, right? But always remember, the best battle won is the one that you do not have to fight. Train your mind, and reach out to me.